Greetings and welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, with Goth Tarot. And it's a weekly look into the shadows, shadow issues, emo issues. How do we find out what we need to integrate into our overall ego and other operating persona? So we do this with a reading and some affirmations. I'm going to get to the core of this in a minute, but I thought we should just open right away with a reading from the Oracle of the Hekatean Path. And we have drawn number 13, Atropos, Averter of Evil. I'm going to put that over the Shadow Work card for a moment. Atropos, the Averter of Evil, Deflection. As guardian, warrior, and healing goddess, Hecate has the capability of deflecting negativity that can hinder us or derail us from our path. Don't be fooled, however. Believing that this aspect of Hecate is a mollycoddler, for she will not keep from you those life lessons that are unavoidable or required for your development. Where do your negative influences originate from? Is your sense of feeling victimized justified? The goddess will shield you, but won't keep you from experiencing the full range of life and emotions. And you know, we live in some evil times, so sometimes the nature of our battles makes us feel that we need to embrace the methods of what we feel is evil towards us. This is a warning. You have to really think that out and live with the consequences, possibly. All right, so last week, Banshee guest starred as we began a new round of shadow work to study for the month. Things keep falling over here. And that card that was pulled for our focus was Inner Pain. I confidently embrace my internal torment. So I would like to read, to remind us, a section from the book again. And this is from the warning section, so I don't believe it was read at the beginning of the shadow work. Inner pain, warning. I can be a positive warning if you open me regularly when you have the time and resources to do so. Examine each element from your current perspective. You can decide to leave them in the box if you aren't ready to work on them. But if you are hurt by something, you can also decide to talk about it with the person involved or someone you trust. We can coexist without you being prevented from fully experiencing things. I only play the role you give me, but your inner balance is what matters most. So, as a thought, I think Banshee expressed it when we began this work, is that a lot of times there's so much denial and people decide they have to put their pain or painful situations into a box and then open the box very rarely. And this isn't saying fling open that box and embrace all that. Excuse me. But it is saying that it's a process and we do have to work on it and be very delicate with yourself. So I almost feel like the update I'm about to do will pretty much tell us, don't go so fast, go slow. All right. So for the update, and I'm going to put our first oracle over here. I use the Eretheral Shadow Work Tarot. An incredibly beautiful deck. I love it so much. I want to use it more, and I'm trying to. All right. And the cards are quite long. I used to be able to do this so easy, but time, when you read your cards for over 50 years, my goodness, it'll be 54 this fall that I started reading cards, I believe. Well, it just so happens that your fingers lose some of that. I'm getting arthritis. I'll just have to be honest about that. So I'm focusing, though, in our update on inner pain, we want to see what the Shadow Work Tarot tells us. How are we absorbing this? How are we understanding this? I think we're doing pretty good. It says the Emperor. But the Emperor could be a reminder, as the Oracle said, you need to find someone you can trust. You need to find someone who can be your confidant and who can help you, advise you. But in general terms, we may find that the Emperor feels he has the control that he needs over that box. It still may be wise to proceed slowly. Emperors don't get there overnight. So that's our update for the shadow work of the inner pain. And now going to change the focus slightly. This is the second week, so we pull some other cards for some other possible situations. And so what I want to say is the first card is the Dark Detour. And I'm going to use the Midnight Boulevard because who doesn't like a detour on the boulevard? And the Midnight Boulevard is a suitably dark themed deck. But what we're looking for is what are those things that we use to divert us from dealing with either the shadow issue of the inner pain or any other issues that we may have at this time? Right, then here we go. And it's the reversed King of Swords. Well, I look at the King of Swords, and the King of Swords possibly makes bad decisions or is not always confident of his decisions, or is in fact sometimes just brutal with his decisions. And so this could be saying we divert dealing with our shadow issues by making it about the quality of the judgment, so that if certain things come up that are causing that pain, we may decide to brutally oppose them in some way or decide against them. We may be using force and authority and a sense of judgmentalness to divert our own dealing with it, but maybe also too when we're being called out or being advised by people, per the idea of the emperor saying, continue our shadow work, but also, like the warning said for the inner pain, try to be able to talk to trusted people, or to bring the challenge where it needs to be, if that's what it is too. It could be, that sometimes when somebody pushes that button to open the box, or maybe they open the box and say, here, remember this, you got to deal with this. You might have to speak to them too. The King of Swords reverse could be a warning, though, to not maybe misdirect them too, to maybe be clear, even if it is judgmental. All right, so now we're going to move to the dark twist. And this basically is just about unknown factors, unknown actors who might be on the scene here, interfering or causing other consequences with the shadow work. I'm going to use the Murder of Crows Tarot for that. Well, you don't get much more unknown factor or actor than the Fool reversed. And this is a warning that maybe somehow very unexpected factors are bound to come up. This could be saying that tarot can't actually predict what those kind of factors are, that they may have really, really unknown qualities. Will this affect you physically in your real life, or will it be more of an emotional, mental strife? For that, I'm pulling one of the extra cards from the Murder Crows, and it's a physical thing. It's the Crow Father. This is a double-sided card. If this card had come up, it would be something different. But the Crow Father, then, the Crow Father says these unexpected factors have a physical impact. So they could be a sudden illness or bad luck situation of some sort. Hopefully not death, but I couldn't rule it out necessarily. Something unexpected could happen that really pulls you into another shadow or another, or away from this one, the shadow of the inner pain. All right, our final card then is the Dark Spiral, what drains you. And I usually try to use a vampire themed tarot, draining you, sucking you, spiraling you away. So today I'm using the Gothic Tarot of the Vampires. I used it before for this. So what is the Dark Spiral? What is another factor in dealing with our inner pain? And it's judgment reversed. And the Dark Spiral, the thing that drains us is, this is sad, as we feel we have nothing to look forward to. We don't feel like we're going to get out of this. What is causing our inner torment and kept aside in the box? We don't want that box to open up ever, maybe. So a lot of the reading looks like it goes back and forth, that even though we are told we are doing better with the Emperor, it is so important that we seek out those other advisors and be alive with people in the moment, because I think this is a crucial week. And things are going on with the Mercury retrograde, things are going on with Uranus and Neptune both moving into very interesting positions. I'm reading the astrology. So the Dark Spiral basically involves us not really wishing to uh, evolve or to have that reconciliation with spirit in some way, or to understand that we will still be dealing with this. All of these retrogrades and planetary situations are probably meant to keep us focused here and maybe bring us all the other side issues that it brings too, because maybe they're They're important in our shadow work too. All right, so to conclude, I'm going to have a closing meditation. The meditation's from the Earth and Bone Oracle. Sage, number 2. Sage, harmony, acceptance, calm, serenity, patience. Everything will fall into place in due time. Be patient. Believe in yourself and trust that you are being guided and loved. When Spirit advises you to be patient, it means to live in the present moment and enjoy it. Lower vibrations should be let go of. Have faith that the universe is on your side. To live your best life, embrace being more kind to yourself and love yourself. You're on a journey to heal yourself and love yourself. Inspire others to live their best lives. Sharing your truth allows you to connect with others, and this generates a lot of positive energy. Remember that you and Spirit are co-creators. Concentrate on what you want to achieve. Feeling good is something you should practice. Once you realize that feeling better is a conscious choice, you can have everything you want and anything. Recognize that living your best life is a choice you must make. Will you seize the opportunity and embrace it? Affirmation. I trust that everything is working out for my highest good. If something didn't work out the way I hoped, it means something much better is coming. So I like that. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with our inner pain, but I wanted to go over some of that a little bit and just point out that keep working on this and realize that you didn't get here overnight. This box could be very deep inside of you. On the other hand, it could be something that frequently is accessed. So you need to remember talking to people is very important. Don't divert yourself with other issues that force you to make judgments and maybe divert you from the process of working the shadow. Be prepared for some unexpected things to happen, something that will affect you physically. And this could be a sign too that not dealing with things in your shadow could be making you physically ill or causing other things to happen in your environment. So try to deal with that correctly too. And lastly, it's too early to think that you've missed the boat forever. So if you're thinking that you have no way of evolving, of reaching that epiphany of judgment, just stop that. You're going to get there. It just may take longer. So remember the advice of the sage and focus just on one thing, and one thing only. And right now, that may be your inner pain. All right, so this is Oberon for Goth Tarot and TFT. See you next time.